As many college students are, I think I went to college because I was going to be an architect and very quickly realized that was really not the right path for me. And after changing majors a number of times, I ended up with an accounting degree because my dad told me the world was always going to need accountants and that was going to be the path for me. And for those who have come to know me, it's a very strange thing for me to say that I started in accounting because it's probably the least of my skill sets, I think. But I did. I went through the path and started at KPMG. I was in audit for 2 weeks, sitting behind a microfiche, checking off inventory or whatever. And I went to my partner after just 2 weeks and I said, wait a minute, there has got to be something more people-y in this firm. And he told me, yeah, when you get to be senior manager in 7 years, you can be more involved in people. And I was like, that's not going to work for me. I can't wait 7 years to be in a more people-y role. And so after a few twists and turns, they said, okay, there's this tiny little group within the tax department called the Personal Financial Planning Group. They deal with people. So that seems like a really good place for you to be. I knew nothing about ultra high net worth. I didn't know about trusts and management. I didn't know any of that stuff. But luckily, had a partner who took me under his wing, and it was fascinating. One of my first clients, the patriarch, had just passed away. So I got really involved in what happens according to his estate plan. How did it all get divided up? And so it was just really fascinating to me. I ended up staying in that group the entire time I was there and bounced around different offices, did a bunch of different things. And in hindsight, of course, I realized, wow, I really did make quite a few changes and did not even go a linear path at KPMG. If you think about the big four accounting firms, it's pretty linear. You go from
Yeah.
this to this. And I didn't do that at all. I didn't have that path at all. That's really what got me started in this whole behavioral finance, family systems, just like the human dynamics around wealth was super accidental. And I never will forget, I was sitting with the partner that I was working with in this meeting. This client was selling their company. I was sitting there as a young 20 something in the room saying, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm grateful. I don't know all the things they're talking about. And after we got through all the technical stuff, the CEO kind of looked at me and said, okay, so we got all this and this is how much I'm going to end up with. How do I make sure that I don't raise entitled kids? How do I explain this to my spouse? What do I really do? What's the purpose of all this? And I was sitting there like, I'm 27 years old. Why is he directing this question at me? After getting into a few conversations like that with some really top CEOs, I was like, maybe I should look into this. I should probably try to figure this out. I just started reading everything that I could get my hands on about the different capitals and family wealth and system theory and all that kind of stuff. And it was fascinating to me.